Oh! Okay, doing a table review of a Springfield Armory XD9 or XDM9. This is the 3.8 inch barrel. Again, I'm going to start with cons, and I really only have one con, and it's kind of a theme with most polymer lowers. You see it with Glocks, you see it with the M&Ps, and that's that this gun doesn't really have a physical flick safety. Before I start, again, safety check, so you guys know when I'm not messing with a loaded gun. And I have a mag here, for example. That too is unloaded. And that's just a personal thing. A lot of people prefer no safety. They use their trigger as a safety. Personally, for me, I've been taught this way. Safeties are mechanical. They can fail. Doesn't really happen often, but they can. Just that thing in the back of the head. Pros, though, I mean, this is probably one of my favorite guns on the market. I mean, there's going to be a lot of pros here. One thing, let's start with the trigger. And I guess I shouldn't say this thing has no safeties. I mean, compared to other guns, this has a few more safeties than most. It has the trigger flag that you see there. That has to be, I mean, you see the firing pin is charged. You cannot pull that trigger back without hitting that flag. Another thing you cannot pull the trigger back with is this one right here, grip safety, like you see on the 1911s. Both of these have to be depressed before she'll actually discharge. The trigger on this thing is really nice. I mean, there's a little bit of take right about there, but I mean, it's one of those triggers that actually comes as a surprise to you, and you don't see that a whole heck of a lot without doing some trigger work on it. This is just a stock deal, and I couldn't really be more happy with the trigger. It does very well for me. I enjoy it. Now, regardless of the physical flick safety, this has a number of different safety features that I do like about it. One thing that I'm not going to be able to show you because I don't have any snap caps. I'll tell you what. I'll include another clip with me showing you. But there's a chamber indicator, and like most, it's just kind of a little peak in the side there where you can see if you can see some brass. This one's actually got a flag that pops up. This little lever here will pop up when there's a round chambered, and that's wonderful for feeling. Like say you need it at night, whatever, and you can't physically see the gun, you can feel it, so you run your hand over the top of the slide and you can see if that chamber indicator's popped up. Another thing that I like, you might have seen it there when I was racking it, this little pin right here, that tells you when the firing pin is cocked and ready. Usually, I mean, we'll dry fire it and it goes in, so if I have an empty gun, this will be down, firing pin will be in, and I can tell that without opening the slide at all. I don't even have to do a chamber check at all. I mean, it's still smart, but if you trust your gun, no problem. Now, when she's racked, but there's no chamber, you'll see a flat slide and the firing pin out. Now, if you have a round chambered, you'll see the firing pin out and the flag up. And again, I'll get a snap cap here and show you that in a little bit. So, I mean, those are all things that I really do like about this gun. If you're a female shooter and have trouble finding a gun that's easy to rack, like a 1911 or some other models, this one I would put in kind of the medium setting of amount of oomph it takes to rack it. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not, I guess, easy. I've seen easier guns out there, but it's definitely not the hardest thing. The designers definitely did a very good job making this the smoothest gun they possibly could. Takedown. I can't love Takedown any more than I do. The only difference on Takedown on this compared to the regular XD9s is you don't have to pull the trigger anymore. You rack the slide back. There's a little lever right here. You want to flick that lever up. Then you let the slide forward and you just grab it and pull it off, and that's it. It was the same exact thing as an XD9 normal, the original XD9s. The only difference is you had to pull the trigger in order to pull the slide off. This time you don't. And then you get all of your little tidbits in there. You got easy cleaning, and then this is all just one nice little piece. And you take spring out, barrel pops out like a champ, and there you go. That's the entire upper. Lot easier than, like I said before, 1911s. I don't even want to compare these to 1911s. I'm not going to get into that argument. I have my preference. I may mention that later, but as far as takedown ability, this is easier than a 1911. Another pro that I'd like to add is this has a match barrel. The original XD9s did not. This one does, and shot a lot of both. I used to have an XD9, traded up for this mainly for the lower feel, because they changed the frame up a little bit, changed it for the feel, the adjustable back straps, and the match barrel. And you know, it was a $200 upgrade for me. And I don't do a whole hell of a lot of shooting with this, but I don't see a whole lot of difference in the actual match barrel versus unmatched barrel. I imagine this match barrel will last me longer, but as far as accuracy, I don't know. You probably have to be a really good shooter, way better shooter than what I am in order to see a difference. This gun definitely outperforms my skill. That's, you know, pretty much all I have to really say. Most days this is my daily carry. It's a light gun. Makes it easy, but it's not too light where you forget about it. I got to think about that. The magazine, there's a positive. It holds 2 more than the old ones. Holds 18 rounds, double stack mag. So if you're carrying an extra mag, that's 36 rounds of ammunition. So I don't know if you saw, of course you didn't see it, but how to put that back on. Let's see if we can do this in front of the camera. Got it kind of arranged weird here. So you got the lower, you got this reassembled the way it was, and you just take that, slide it all the way back and lock it, and flick that lever down again, and she's good to go. Yeah, but double stack mag, 18 rounds. You're getting into like rifle capacity there. It's nice to have that ammo. I mean, this one's a 9mm. They come in 40s, and I even think they make a single stack 45. Those obviously don't hold as much, but even the single stack 40s, I think they hold 16 rounds. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But yeah, if you're a guy that likes to carry a lot of ammo on you, this will do it. A lot of people don't like 9mm. They prefer something a little bigger, like a 40 or 45. They don't bother me. You carry the right kind of bullets, you can take down anything with them. I got no problem with it. And I mean, this being my carry, that's the main reason. That's the main reason you'd want to carry it, for takedown power. I don't feel like I'll be getting in any firefights anytime soon, but be prepared, like a fire extinguisher. Hope you never need it, but you got it in case. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna go in onto that. Just kind of, I had mentioned before, adjustable back straps. That's awesome. Love adjustable back straps. I'm a guy that I need a little bit more on it for my trigger finger to line up on it properly. So it gives you that option. I love it. And then it's got some good texture to it. A lot of people take Glocks and they'll like stipple them a little bit. And I mean, you could do that with this, but I mean, there's already texture there, so it's not even worth it. So if I was going to rate this thing out of 1 to 10 scale, I'd give it like a 8 or 9. There's not too many things I don't like about it. And I'm not a huge fan of polymer framed guns. I won't be afraid to admit that. But people swear by them. I haven't been let down by them. So that's pretty much all I got to add. I'll add another clip here with chamber indicator. Okay, I got a 9mm snap cap here. I'm just going to pop it open, and we'll shove that down the pipe. Okay, and you'll see that this theoretically has a round in it, and you can see that that is up. And if you take your hand or your finger and rub it up the slide, you can feel it, and that's what I like. Another thing, you can come back here with your thumb, feel that firing pin. So if that was a live round, this gun would be hot, and I could tell that without looking at it, which is a huge bonus. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to add on that.